Hello, everyone! I'm Cook County Commissioner Kevin Morrison. I represent the Northwest Suburbs in the 15th District on the County Board, and I'm so excited to help complete this Pride Month and wish you all a happy Pride. Happy Pride! Today's event is a first of its kind, so I'm really overjoyed to be in front of you. I wanted to start by acknowledging the incredible elected officials that are here with us today. After being the first and only openly LGBTQ commissioner elected to the county board, I am thrilled to now be joined by my counterparts, Commissioner Maggie Trevor, the first openly lesbian commissioner, and Anthony Quezada, the first openly gay Latin commissioner. I want to give a huge thank you to Madam President Tony Preckwinkle for being here as well. Your support throughout the years has been essential to progressing the rights of LGBTQ individuals here in Cook County. And just across the hall, the Chicago City Council's LGBTQ caucus has grown to a historic 9 members. I want to extend a warm welcome to all our alder people who are going to be joining us here today. A few are running late from meetings, but we'll be here shortly. We got alder person Carlos Ramirez Rosa, alderperson Maria Haddon, alderperson Timmy Knutson, alderperson Bennett Lawson, alderperson Lenny Hoppenworth, alderperson Jesse Fuentes, alderperson Ray Lopez. I also want to recognize alder people Rosana Rodriguez Sanchez and Lamont Robinson for supporting this event. Unfortunately, both had separate engagements, so they were not able to join us, but I know that they joined me in wishing you all a happy Pride Month. Samantha Steele, the first openly LGBTQ plus member of the Board of Review, unfortunately cannot make it here today, but sends her warm welcomes. Additionally, I want to recognize some of my counterparts at the county who are standing alongside me today. We have, of course, President Tony Preckwinkle, Cook County Clerk Karen Yarbrough, Chairman John Daly, Commissioners Monica Gordon, Frank Aguilar, Josina Morita, Scott Britton, Donna Miller, Bridget Degnan, and our newest Cook County Commissioner, as well as my new seatmate, Tara Stamps. Pride started as not only a celebration, but a protest against those who would deny us the right to be our authentic selves and to love who we love. In many states, gender-affirming care, drag shows, and LGBTQ literature have been explicitly banned, a direct attack on our community. As we continue to see discrimination and violence against the transgender, little early excitement. The entertainment's coming. As we continue to see discrimination and violence against the transgender and non-binary community throughout the country, especially among people of color, it is important that we remember that the spirit of protest and that the fight for equity continues. In Cook County, we are proud that our LGBTQ+ representation on the Board of Commissioners has swelled to new heights. And in the city of Chicago, the council has never been more representative of the city's LGBTQ plus voices. It is often said that if you are not at the table, you are on the menu. In Cook County, we now have 13 seats at the table. While so many states try to do everything in their power to put us back in the closet, here we do the work to protect trans lives, protect bodily autonomy, and protect our way of life. While we've made many strides, we must acknowledge the dangerously un-American actions by those solely focused on repressing people's inherent constitutional freedoms to express who they are, to form families, and to love who they love. For instance, we have states like Tennessee, which is known for a $5 billion child pageant industry, an industry well known for its hypersexualization of young children. And yet Tennessee hypocritically cited protection of children in their attempt to ban drag performances. They have the audacity to label us as groomers and deviants while supporting an industry rife with grooming. We stand defiantly in celebration of our community. Here in Cook County, we are determined to stand as a beacon of hope and as a welcoming place for all who are looking for an accepting community. We stand here to say that if your state or local government won't respect you, Cook County proudly welcomes you. Here in Cook County, we believe you should be able to live authentically as your true self, no matter who you love or how you identify. I remain deeply committed to fighting for equality and equity alongside LGBT+ advocates and allies, and while there is still much to be done, I know that with the help of all these people around me, the future is bright. Together, I know we'll continue to make progress for our community and advance LGBTQ equality in Cook County. Thank you all. Happy Pride. And with that, I'd like to invite President Preckwinkle up to say a few words.
Good afternoon. I'd like to join Commissioner Morrison and welcome you and other elected officials and community leaders who've joined us this afternoon. As I shared at our flag raising earlier this month, Chicago and Cook County have a rich history of progress through sustained and passionate activism. LGBTQ plus history is no exception. I see a direct line from that historic advocacy to today. Slowly but surely, we have made progress. On every level of government and in partnership with dedicated advocates, we've seen historic shifts in the way we practice inclusion in our institutions. From ensuring that our marriage certificates reflect the people we serve and how they identify, to ensuring that the Cook County Human Rights Ordinance protects all Cook County residents, we have much to be proud of. Every human being should feel safe, included, represented, and be free of harassment and discrimination, no matter who they are, what their gender is, or how they identify. Hear, hear. As much for the words as the end of that buzzing. And while we're proud of this good work, we also recognize that there's still much left to do. So as we celebrate today in honor of Pride Month, please know that you can count on Cook County as a partner in the work ahead. We remain committed to fostering a county where all LGBTQ plus individuals are welcomed, safe, and celebrated. Thank you.
Thank you, President Preckwinkle. Next, I would like to welcome up Alderperson Carlos Ramirez Rosa.
Thank you so much. My name is Carlos Ramirez Rosa. I'm the Alderman of Chicago's 35th Ward. And alongside Alderman Raymond Lopez, we are the Deans of the LGBTQ caucus in the Chicago City Council, both having served 8 years. So I'm proud to be the Dean of our caucus in City Hall. I'm also proud to be the first openly gay floor leader for Chicago Mayor in the city's wonderful history. It is so great to be here at this moment in time when we have the gayest city council in the United States, Some people say the universe. And also at a time when we are seeing more collaboration between the county and the city, certainly more than I've seen in the past 8 years. And I think that's a testament to Madam President Toni Preckwinkle. I think it's a testament to former Cook County Commissioner, now Mayor Brandon Johnson. And of course, it's a testament to all of the folks here, both the alder people and the commissioners. So I'm glad that we can come together to celebrate our pride in Cook County and in the city of Chicago, because the county and the city are a sanctuary in the Midwest. We are a place where young gay folks, young queer folks say, when I grow up, I'm gonna move there. Because they know it's a place where they're safe, they know it's a place where they feel welcomed, where they feel embraced. So we owe it to them, we owe it to ourselves to continue to be that safe, welcoming place. And we also need to continue to serve as an example so that other cities, so that other municipalities, other counties, other local governments can also follow our lead and become a safe, welcoming place so that everyone can thrive and live their life happily. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, I would like to welcome up Commissioner Anthony Quezada.
He tried putting a little spice on my name. Good afternoon, and thank you all for joining our joint City of Chicago and Cook County Pride Month celebration. As an organizer, I always love some chants to get us in a collective mindset. So when I say people, you say pride. People. Pride. When I say queer, you say power. Queer. Power. Queer. Power. Queer. Power. Excellent. My name is Anthony Quezada, and I proudly represent the people of the 8th District in Cook County as the first openly gay Latino to serve on the Board of Commissioners. I'm delighted to join the historic number of queer city and county elected officials as we celebrate Pride Month. This diverse and beautiful array of LGBTQ elected officials is a testament to the resilience of our community and the ever-growing acceptance and tolerance that our city and county have. However, now more than ever, we must be vigilant in the face of growing hostilities towards our communities, especially toward our Black, trans, and non-binary siblings. Extremist right-wing governments across our country are legislating their hatred and intolerance towards our people and efforts to criminalize and erase our freedoms. But here in Cook County, we stand in firm solidarity with our LGBTQ community. And in the face of these growing threats, we are actually strengthening and expanding the protections and rights of our most vulnerable communities. That is why I wish to thank very deeply, the bottom of my heart, my colleagues on the board for being strong allies and co-conspirators as we struggle for equity and justice for all. Thank you and happy Pride.
Thank you, Commissioner. And next, I would like to invite up Commissioner Maggie Trevor.
Thank you. If you hold on a moment, I'd like to take off my blazer. Good afternoon. Happy Pride. I'm 9th District Cook County Commissioner Maggie Trevor, and I'm happy to be here this afternoon with my fellow board members, addressing you as the first out lesbian on the Cook County Board. I'm proud to sit on the most diverse board in Cook County history, and with my colleagues on the city side, who share this beautiful building with the most, and that we share this beautiful building with the most diverse Chicago City Council in history. Today, the Cook County Board passed 2 resolutions, one affirming the support of the board for access to gender-affirming care, and the second is a resolution in support of the right to non-conforming gender expression. Trans people are at risk. Transgender kids are significantly more likely than other youth to suffer from depression, to experience violence, and to harm themselves or attempt suicide. Gender-affirming care is recognized as medically appropriate by all of the leading medical groups in this country and has had a demonstratively positive effect on trans and non-conforming children and adults, notably significantly reducing suicidal ideation amongst those populations. Despite this, access to gender-affirming care has been under attack in state legislatures across the country. The dehumanization of transgender people that is at the root of these efforts to criminalize medically appropriate care creates an unsafe environment for transgender people. Along with the assault we have seen on access to gender-affirming care, we've also seen a rash of proposals in state legislatures criminalizing or banning gender non-conforming performance and expression. The recent spate of legislation has been aimed at drag performances, categorizing them as adult entertainment, and therefore justifying restrictions in the name of protecting children. The hateful and misinformed rhetoric that these laws embody have resulted in violence, intimidation, and vandalism towards the LGBTQ community, even here in Illinois. These laws are an assault on freedom of expression, and along with targeting drag performances, open up an avenue to discrimination against people who do not fit into a narrow set of gender norms. Laws restricting non-conforming gender expression have a long history in this country. These laws were among those used to justify police raids on gay and lesbian bars in the 50s and 60s, such as the raid on the Stonewall Inn in 1969. Such laws, known as 3 articles rules, often required people to wear a minimum number of clothing articles, usually 3, that were appropriate to their gender. Enforcement often involved particularly dehumanizing, humiliating searches. Many of these laws, I might add, are still on the books in municipalities around the country today, including here in Cook County. And by removing my blazer, I would be in violation of these laws in the suburbs of Bridgeview, Burbank, Justice, Linwood, and Melrose Park. I'm proud that my colleagues voted to pass both of these resolutions today, demonstrating our commitment to protecting the rights of our LGBTQ citizens to lead their lives with dignity and in safety. I also want to urge each of these municipalities and all of the municipalities in Cook County to repeal these ordinances and to remove other outdated discriminatory ordinances targeting the LGBTQ community that may still be on their books. Thank you, and happy Pride.
Happy Pride, Maggie. Thank you, thank you. Next, I would like to welcome up Alderperson Jesse Fuentes.
Happy Pride. I am privileged to be the first queer Latina elected out of the 26th Ward here in the city of Chicago. And I am extremely proud to belong to the gayest city council in the country. While we are privileged to live in the city of Chicago, and many of us in Cook County, we know that there is much work to do. Tomorrow is the last day of Pride, but it cannot be the last day in which we are voicing the needs of our community, advocating for their freedom, fighting for justice. That must be the work every day until we achieve just that. The Human Rights Campaign has declared a state of emergency for the LGBTQ community. We know that we are not free, nor have we achieved justice or a safer country for our community until our Black trans women can walk this earth and not fear for the safety of their bodies. It's not enough to say that we don't ban books. We have to make sure we're encouraging that we publish books. It's not enough just to have committees in our school. We got to make sure that we're embedded into the curriculum. It's not enough to raise flags when it's Pride Month. We have to wear it on our sleeves. And I am committed to that work. And I am proud to belong to a county and a city with colleagues who are willing to do that work every day. And to our allies and folks that stand in solidarity, this work is also not possible without you. So thank you.
Well said. Next, I would like to invite up Alderperson Timmy Knutson.
How is someone supposed to follow Alder Jesse Fuentes? I love you so much. And we've got such a cool new group of colleagues in City Council in what Chair Ramirez Rosa referred to, the gayest city council in American history, the universe. We're so proud. And I just want to say, as we end Pride this season, what a cool celebration it was this year on Chicago as a sanctuary city. Chicago is a sanctuary city for women, for reproductive freedom, for bodily autonomy, for our asylum-seeking new neighbors, and definitely for the LGBTQ plus community. This is what makes me proud to work for this city, to work for the people of the city, and also look forward into the work we have to do. Because as so many people have said, People are working to get rid of these rights. We need to protect them. So everyone in this audience, call on us to do that. We need you all and your ideas on how we can further confirm these rights in our city. I also want to say, everyone in this great audience, you're all leaders. You're here today. We lead as public officials, but so many people in this space, you make people within your organizations feel comfortable every day. I think that's so important. You never know the staff member who might be struggling with something that you couldn't imagine, something internal, whether it's mental health related, whether it's LGBTQ plus related. So this is a challenge on us all to be kinder, gentler leaders, but fierce when it comes to legislating. So thank you, everyone. Happy Pride.
All right, next, I would like to invite up Alderperson Bennett Lawson.
Great. Thank you all, and happy Pride. I have the good fortune of representing the North Halstead Entertainment District. Our traditional home, but it was what, of course, the city's first designated LGBT-focused neighborhood in the country. And one of the things I've said this Pride season, and more, is that all of those amazing services that I have in the 44th Ward, all of those amazing businesses, all of those things that people come to my ward for, we need to make sure are throughout the city and throughout the county. You shouldn't have to come to Lakeview for gender-affirming healthcare. You shouldn't have to come to Lakeview for an LGBTQ 12-step group, right? We are building these centers all over the city, all over the county, and that's really the important work that we can do going forward and rededicate ourselves in this Pride Month and this season. So thank you all for your support. Thank you, President Preckwinkle. I told you the other day, for being our fiercest ally for years. Yeah. For years. She has marched in more parades than any of us here. Pride parades, probably all parades, every parade. You love a parade. But I want to thank you, because this doesn't happen without the leadership of people like you all those years ago. Thank you. Thank you.
Woo. And last but certainly not least, I would like to invite up Alderperson Lenny Hoppenworth.
I don't understand why I'm the last person to speak, but okay, here. I'm Lenny Hoppenworth. I'm one of the newly electeds in City Council, part of the gayest City Council in the nation, and we love to say it, and we love to say it over and over again because it matters. It's actually not enough to say that you're LGBTQ plus. You actually have to say it full-throatedly, because people are watching. I'm from Andersonville, Edgewater, and Uptown, the 48th Ward, and Andersonville was voted the second coolest place to live in the world, but that's not even enough. We need to be the most welcoming, and we're doing it. We have to do the work. This weekend, I was really proud to march in the very first Edgewater family parade. Why is it that the 48th Ward welcomed its first family LGBTQ plus parade? I mean, we have to be models for our kids, and that's what we need to be. So I'm proud to be there, to march with the kids, and then to come here and stand with you, again, the gayest city council in our nation, along with Cook County, which is a leader in healthcare right now. We see the attacks across the nation with gender-affirming healthcare. That cannot be. That is unacceptable. It is unacceptable that we have less reproductive rights now than we did even 7 years ago. Testing. I want to say that civic engagement matters. Representation matters. I am the first queer woman of color to represent the 48th Ward, and the first Filipino to represent in City Council. And we are making history every day because we are the most diverse City Council and Cook County government right now. And I'm just so proud to be here, to work with others who we are really, truly on the backs of people who have been along the way. But it can't stop here, which is why I'm pleading with you to go back and keep people change with policies that center our most marginalized, including our Black trans siblings. We know that we had such a great time at Pride March this weekend, but there were too many of us that were not there. So we have to fight for those who cannot be there and whose voices need to be heard. Black Lives Matter. I want to share the Victory Fund Out for America 2023 report. 1,185 out LGBTQ officials currently serve in the elected office in the U.S., which is a 13.6% increase since last May. And last year, that was a 23.3% increase in the LGBTQ plus elected officials of color. Y'all, we are making history here. And the number of transgender and non-binary elected officials grew by 8.1%. These are significant numbers. So we have to keep trending in this direction. I thank you all for being here. I thank you, Kevin, for this invite. And let's continue celebrating Pride, not just during Pride Month, but every single day of the year. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderperson. Honestly, it is so exciting to be here. We're going to make some history here in a few minutes, but first I just want to thank all the city council members who helped participate in today's press conference. Out of all the county-led press conferences I've taken part with, I think we had the most alders at this one, so thank you. And with that, before I welcome our performance of the day, I gotta say, we're about to make history. Cook County and on the city council side has never had a drag performance before. But before we make a little bit of history, I want to say a little bit about something I learned about Coco Chanel today, which is that her great uncle, Ernest, was the first Black bus driver to drive a bus in the city of Chicago. That is an incredible legacy. And as I know we are a board and a city council that stand for our genderqueer population, with that, let's have some fun, and I want to welcome up Coco Chanel.
You ain't crossed my mind, so I don't know why you waste your time. I guess you're not over me. So I'm saying, was I mistaken? I thought that we were through. Your tone is changing. You wanna be my baby again. Hope you ain't waiting for me to come on through because I'm done. Have you heard the news? I'm basically over you. So come on, make sure you set the door. Fancy cars on the boulevard, boy, you can keep it. And if you don't know, now you should know. Time to break the news. I know it's a no-go, don't want nothing from you. I feel it in my bones, yeah. Every time we get close. He's a professional starter, full of excuses. Bitch, I'm a car. You playing around. I can't keep loving no face. Good things so cold.
Give it up for Coco Chanel.
You know, Anthony, when you asked about making sure that we had some drag performances here at this year's event, I don't know how we're ever going to one-up ourselves. Coco, you rock. You rock. Thank you. No, that was so much fun. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Again, happy Pride. I know we have some folks from the press. Any questions? No? All good? Very good. Well, we're about to end Pride Month, but like was said earlier, the fight continues. Let's have some fun for the next couple days, and thank you so much for being here and helping support this event. Thank you.